today. Um, I'm looking at these bird cages, and our bird cage work the other day really got me thinking that this was a nice exercise. Let's say I wanted to build a really complicated bird cage, like what I'm seeing, the top one that I put in structures. The way that I would handle that is I would start with a center line and I would cut that into the shapes that I wanted to go to align on there. So let's say that there's this strange kind of like heart shape up at the top. And I'm just like really gently kind of sketching in just proportions right now. And then we'll say that would become right here. The next proportion, the next cylinder would be about that far down. And then the next one would open up and drop down about that far. So this cylinder here will tie in down here. And that makes me realize that this proportion wants to be a little bit bigger. Okay. And now we get to the bottom, and here's the height, and now it's going to open up that far. Okay. So this is the first one on the samples that I gave you. Okay, so when we're looking at it, it looks like the photographer got himself right to the level of this bird cage. And so there's a really skinny ellipse right there. And actually, there's another one right there. And now this shape goes about like that. And now this shape. When I construct one side, I'm going to construct one side of this shape, and I'm going to use that to help me construct the other side. Then hopefully they're nice and symmetrical. And now the top has a circle and it comes in to find that circle. It's a very beautiful shape. And then up. And then there's this circle up here. Okay, it looks like here again, we're looking at the ellipse almost straight on. And there's a little bit of a cut down before okay. And now this ellipse, we're starting to see into it. This one we see a little bit less into it. It's a little higher. Okay. Now let's start to draw these cross contours. Here's the top shape. And you want them to be just about as far as apart as each other. far side. I can kind of, and then the other thing is there's these really vague ones that pass around this way. Okay. Okay. And now lower. Okay. Now what I would do is I would start to go back and I would start to look for places that I can add detail and resolution to this form. All of everything that I did so far was a little bit sketchy. I can see that the light direction this way. Okay.